Hello, Namaskar. Hi, good evening to everybody. This is Souradeep here. Am I audible to all of you? Please, can you post in the chat box to let me know that if I am audible to all of you. Hi. Yeah, great, great. Thank you, Mohanjit ji. Now, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Navneet ji, Jagdish ji. Okay. So let us begin today's market discussion. So there would be a lot of new people. So for them, let me give the format of the session that we hold every week. Like first half an hour, I will be taking and I will be sharing my market view about the market. Okay. And the next half an hour, Vivek sir will come and he will discuss about his market opinion for the next week. The points of the stocks to actually focus on, and he will discuss that. Now, all of those who are in the club or TMP, they know they can ask any question at any point of time in the groups in this session, because this is a very short time session. Like I take 30 minutes and Vivek sir take 30 minutes. There are very little scopes of taking questions for each of us. So this is not a question answer session. This is primarily a monologue. But if there is time, we will see that if we can take one or two questions. Okay, great. So let us begin. So see, this week was a very bearish week. You can see how actually prices fell. But let us recall what I said on last Friday, if you remember. So on last Friday, I said that Bank Nifty was looking very bullish to me, and possibly Bank Nifty was poised for this 44,000 level. Okay. Now, what happened is that the next day, Bank Nifty opened with the gap up, and it was a heavy, heavily strong day. You can see here, Bank Nifty went to almost 41,800, and then it pulled back. Next day was okayish, and then started the great fall. Yesterday, at the very beginning of the class, I told that if 40,300 was broken, 40,360, we could spontaneously fall quite a bit, and actually we fell towards 39,000, which also was the mention levels I mentioned, that if 40,300 was gone, so it would be coming to 39,000 to 39,500. So I told this in the TMP students that it was 39,000, 39,500 would be coming, and when it actually went to 38,000, uh, 38,500, 600. Today, we took long positions, and we booked our profit when Bank Nifty was only minus 100 point from minus 800. So for the TMP students, I would be say that as we were guiding live, uh, overall they made good bit of money in the up move also and down move also. Okay. Now, what next? That is the question that many of you are thinking. See, personally, I have a feeling. Let me show you this chart. See this level. Sorry, let me show you this in Bank Nifty. Okay, so please understand that I was expecting. This is a 75-minute chart. That's why it is looking like this. So because it fell so much below this, so we took the long position, because once, at least once, this uh, this 20 DMA would be revisited. That was my conviction, and that is what it did also, and it closed above this also. Now please understand, Bank Nifty can actually, you have a level that is 39,000, and below that today's low around 39,480. Okay, 426 rupees. So these are two levels. Okay, now if it goes even below this, it will come to maybe 38,000. I don't see Bank Nifty breaking 38,000 in immediate future before a pullback. There can be fall towards 35,000 or any level, but I expect a goodish bit of pullback before 38,000 is broken. Okay, now let me discuss about what I told about uh, Nifty the very last week and how Nifty did. Okay, so again going to the Nifty chart here. So so as soon as this support line was broken, because this support line I had drawn, and yesterday it was starting to break down, I provided bearish view about the market and in the TMP, and you all of you know that I told that the possibly the level of 35,350 uh, can come. Okay, sorry, not 35,000, 7,350. So 7,350 I am drawing. So this is the level I am looking for. Why I am looking for this level? Uh, so this is the this is the this is a kind of a cup and handle. Actually, I tweeted about this also. Let me show it to you. The tweet, you will be able to see from the tweet itself. So if I go to my tweet here, and I will show you the tweet. This was the tweet. There was a inverse cup and handle, and possibly if it was broken 17,334 that we discussed yesterday only, and from there also the Nifty has fallen 400, and we said that this uh, 17,970 or 18,000 below this fall will start, and below 850 it was quite likely to fall towards this level. Okay, so this was the logic. Okay, now uh, you all of you must remember that from last many weeks we have been telling that we have almost reached a top. Okay, you have to accept this. Okay, until and unless you accept this mentally, it is very difficult to actually implement this. You have to accept that we are in a some kind of top, because let me tell you what is the biggest trouble that is actually hampering the market sentiment, especially in India. Now, all of you know that India is a country which imports almost 85% of its oil. Okay. Now, this is not the oil chart. This is the natural gas chart. Okay. Now you can see in the particular year of 2005 and here in 2008, natural gas prices went to almost uh, 14 $15. Okay. Now, this year, all of you know that this is the situation. Natural gas is staying at very high level, and this happens during the winter period time. Okay, so the problem is that if there is a very harsh winter, if there is a very harsh winter coming to Europe and USA, what will happen? This will shot up, and that is the cooking gas price. Okay, that is part of it. But do you want to see a very important chart? Let me show you. Okay, let me from this candlestick chart go to line chart. Okay, now this is the line chart. Okay, now let me compare with this the crude oil chart. Okay, so Brent crude oil I'm providing. Uh, so so you can see that last two times when this things happen, this violet line is the Brent crude price. You can see that how Brent crude price also shot up during that point of time. This time also Brent crude price has shot up, and look at this. Brent crude prices have already shot up, and you can see the crude and this natural gas prices up. So you can understand we are possibly heading for a situation like this. If natural gas goes to 12, you can expect that crude oil to go to 120 130 dollar per barrel. And for a country like India, which imports almost 85% of its oil, it will be very disastrous situation for our forex reserves and it will be a disastrous situation for our inflation scenario, and globally also inflation will shoot up. So it is very important for you to look at the natural gas price. If it is able to stay below $5, if it is not staying below $5, you can expect a very sharp rally if there is a harsh winter in Europe and USA, and that will take crude oil, because crude oil, when natural gas price goes up, what happens? People shift from natural gas to heating oil. Okay. Now, if the heating oil prices are going up, heating oil is derived from crude oil, the crude oil prices will shoot to 120, 140 barrel. I'm not saying that this will happen, okay, but this is a high probability event. Okay, this is a high probability event that uh, that this at least there is 50% probability of this happening during the winter, and that is why market is trying to shave its excesses. Now, for the 75 minutes chart, if I go there, I will show you. See, this was the low. So next week, what you do? There is a question in your mind. See, next week, I will show you one thing. See, when uh, when a correction starts, see, when a correction start, and then there is this kind of a green candle, you can let me go to the auto mode. You can see that there is a pullback. Now, after everything is in the oversold region, what can happen is that if 17,610 is defended, you can very quickly see that that because the pullback rallies are often very fast, so you can see in a couple of days again Nifty going to 18,064 and then possibly falling, or if this 17,600 is broken on the downside, you can see a very sharp fall. If I go to weekly chart, you can understand that we can, over a medium term, like over next 2 weeks, can fall towards the 16,800 level. Just hold for a second. Just please hold for a. Yeah, I'm back. So what I am telling is that it can fall towards this 17,600, and as I was telling that this was the fifth wave, and possibly we are towards that. It can happen that we can bounce on 16,700 and then go to touch 19, 20,000. That is also possible. But see, there is a high possibility that we might have made a near term top also, because what can happen if crude oil goes to 120, 140, you can very well expect that it will not come below $100 for next many years. Okay, next few years. So inflation would be high, and in that scenario, Indian market might have made a shorter term top. And you can also know that in February, March, UP elections are coming. So market is going to face a lot of events. Like, one is the winter event of the Europe and USA, and regarding crude oil, and OPEC is not increasing crude oil production very in a nice way, and that is why there is scarcity of crude oil, and OPEC wants higher prices, and that is why the crude oil is going up. And Joe Biden does not actually interferes a lot with this, but Donald Trump used to force OPEC to produce more so that the prices remain low. But Joe Biden doesn't do that, and that is why crude oil prices can go much higher. Okay, and now a very important thing. So you know that 38,000 is a level that you should look for, and for Nifty, if it goes below 17,600, 17,330, and below that 16,800. Below that, I don't see Nifty in a very medium term right now. If the situation develops that way, we will see. Okay, so please understand one thing. This market, when you used to buy and hold, and stocks would sell like Balaji Mines, DMart, this kind of stock from will go 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. This market is over. You have to, if you have to survive in this market, you have to learn a little bit short trading also, and you also need to participate into the pullback rallies like we did today. So right now the market will separate main from boys, because क्या है ना कि ये बुल मार्केट जो है इसमें कोई भी पैसा बना लेता है, ठीक है। अब जब मार्केट टू वे मूवमेंट होता है, मार्केट हमेशा टू वे मूवमेंट होता है, market is always two way. Okay, last 2 years you have seen this kind of a scenario when when a situation like this happened, that uh, people were buying and market was going up and up and up. This won't be there from now on. Please understand this. So you have to be a better trader right now. Okay, and for investment, I'm not saying this, but for a trading, you have to learn the short side also, the long side also. So you have to be a much better trader to make money in the phase as a trader in the going forward time frame. Okay, and and it is very difficult to for those who are in retail, difficult to short the stocks futures, because the lot size is very high. So on the short side, I mostly give index trades in the mentorship program that we are having. So I mostly give index short trades, and when for buying, I mostly give stocks or index only. But short side, I am not able to give stock short trades, because what happens is that, see, stock lots are very big, and to trade in stock futures, you need to have a capital of 25 to 30 lakhs, more than that, so that you can risk your money. But most of the people have 3 to 10, 5 to 10 lakhs kind of a risk capital. So it is very difficult to give stock short trades on the downside, and that is not required also. Index is very smooth, and when it is falling, it gives quite a lot of opportunities. Okay, now let us come back to the global picture. Okay, and for bank nifty, if it trades below 39,000, if it trades above 39,000, it can go towards 40,500 kind of a level, and if trades below 39,000, can go to 38,000. Okay, now let me go back to the global scenario. See, this is the ECB meeting. There was yesterday, and Christine Lagarde gave a statement which actually caused a lot of weakness in dollar index. Okay, so if I show you the dollar index, just a second. So you can see that yesterday this dollar index had fallen a lot. Okay, this is the daily chart. You can see yesterday's candle was very bearish. Why it was bearish? Okay, you need to understand this. See, what Christine Lagarde is saying is that the inflation has gone up because there is high growth, but she expects that over a medium term, the inflation will come down below 2%. So what she did is that she cooled down the rate hike worry, because people were expecting that ECB and Fed will raise rate because crude prices, coal prices, everything were going up. But she cooled down the fear, and that is why what happened, because she expressed strength for the euro economy and lesser inflation in future. What happened is that euro became a little bit a stronger currency, and that's why dollar index had fallen. But see, dollar index had risen that part today, and that is why this, what I was expecting is that if it would have stayed in the lower region, then might be Nifty could have find a bottom very now, but it has not happened. And trust me, crude charts are looking ominous. As long as they stay above 80, they can easily go to 100 and much above level. On the base metal front, let me show you this. See, this copper future. Uh, uh, this is copper future. Let me show all the base metals one by one. Just a second. Yeah, this is the copper future, and now this is the zinc future. You can see the fall in both of them and in the aluminium future. Okay, so Christian Lagarde was somewhat right. The metal prices were coming down one by one, as you can see in the case of aluminium also it was coming down one by one. तो इनके प्राइसेस जो बेस मेटल के प्राइसेस है थोड़े थोड़े कम हो रहे हैं, ठीक है ना। तो इससे क्या होता है कि inflation कम होने की chances है, but all depends on the winter. If there is a harsh winter, if natural gas prices go up, you never know what kind of a situation all the global economy will have. Okay, now I would also like to show you, see, the market knows about this risks, and that is why what is happening is today my mouse is a little bit disturbing. Just a second. Just a second. Please give me a second. Yeah. So I will show you this chart of US dollar index, and see US dollar index is also hovering at a level of 1.615, 1 point. So these are higher levels, and anytime it reaches 1.8, there can be quite a havoc in the market, and Indian market has already started factoring this out. Now, I am not going to give you buy ideas because market is not bullish, and if I see buy ideas, I will post that in the club and the TNP. Now, please look at this chart. Now, this chart, the deep blue line that you are seeing is the Nifty chart. Okay. Now, this deep blue line shows that Nifty has still, after this uh, fall is outperforming all the global indices. See, we are up almost 104.5% from the bottom, but the best performing obviously is Nifty IT, and above Nifty is US Nasdaq. Okay, all other indices, including Dow Jones, which is one of the better performers, are 65% up from the bottom, but we are still quite a bit up. So there is quite a bit of legroom left. Even if we correct 10%, 15%, 20%, that does not make us very underperforming compared to the global scenario. And in the crude oil rise scenario, we are in a very difficult situation. Now let me show you this chart. See, this is the relative performance chart, and I will show you, see, all the erstwhile leaders like CNX IT, CNX Metal, CNX Energy, all of them has fallen 4-5%. Okay, and CNX Energy, Bank Nifty also had fallen because of the private banks, but PSU banks have done better, still on the better part, but all the indices, the auto, the FMCG, everything has fallen. If I take you to individual indices, just a second, you will find all indices are showing gloominess. Okay, so Nifty IT here, so Nifty IT, you can see possibly there is a support, but it can still fall 6-7%. Nifty Metal has pulled back to the mid Bollinger Bands, but when, if it is not protected, it can fall much more, but if possible there can be a bounce also. Okay, Nifty Bank and Nifty, I have told you. Nifty FMCG, you can see has pulled back to mid Bollinger. We have to see if it holds this support or not, but still there is no view of that it can bounce back and it can do a lot of good things. Okay, then is Nifty Pharma. See, still on the lower end of the range, nothing bullish about it. Nifty Auto, You can see Nifty Auto still little bit bullish among all the indices, and one stock looking very bullish to me, that is TVS Motor. Okay, so this is the TVS Motor stock. So this is the TVS Motor stock. You can look at the stock and you can see that it is trying to breach all the past highs, and it can become a very important stock on the upside, because see, at the end of the day, some stocks will rally, whatever be the bearish. So only one stock, if it stays above 680, look at this, the TVS Motor. Okay. Next is Nifty Realty. So you can see Nifty Realty is still bullish, not very bearish. So maybe Nifty Auto and Nifty Realty are still uh, not very bearish. And one important thing that I was very surprised is that Nifty small cap 250. Okay, this is the index. So Nifty small cap 250. See, it has not weakened. Only the major indices have weakened, and this is very surprising. And that is why I think if uh, there is a hold of 17,600 level, we may see a bounce towards 18,000 in the Nifty, which is 75 minutes mid Bollinger. And Nifty mid cap also is not very weak. See, there is no such mid cap 100 I'm going. You can see that it is quite steady. It has corrected, but not as much as all the major indices has corrected. And that is why we have to look out. We cannot be, because India is the best performing market, we cannot be blindly bearish. We have levels. 17,600 is our very important level. Below that, it goes, uh, it can fall towards 70,000, 330 and 16,800. Above 17,600, we can see that market revisiting 18,000, and then we will take it. For Bank Nifty, 39,000 is a very important level. Below 39,000, it can go to 38,426 or 38,000. Above 39,000, 4,000, uh, 300, 4,500 are important levels. So we have to look at levels, and then along with that, we have to trade. We cannot take a blanket view of overall, because we are short-term traders, right? We cannot take a blanket, and we have to keep on looking at these global charts. Okay, so global commodity charts, global crude oil chart, gold. I will show you, because gold I have not given any view yet. Just a second. Yeah, so gold is, you can see that yesterday, as it does 1810, because there was a fall in dollar index, and dollar index has redone, it has come back to 1770. Very range bound right now, below, between 1770 and 1810, and precious metal also does not show any direction. So this is from my side, and I will right now hand it over to Vivek sir. Hi sir, can you hear me sir? Vivek sir? Yeah,
Yeah,
hi
hi.
sir. Thank you.
Hi.
You are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, very good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Always excited to have a conversation with you guys on Friday evening. What a market you guys are witnessing. This market is going to differentiate men from boys. All of us who have come into the market for last few months, definitely we are seeing a very different market. And trust me, market is not going to be uh, very pleasant for the coming few days. So get used to this kind of an activity, and only do things which you believe you can digest, because this IRCTCL is one example, but you will see lot many stocks going the other way around, and we have to be very, very particular with our trades. The only thing which I believe will work fine right now is very selective on few stocks where we believe that there is a chance of the stock showing return. Well, let me welcome the StockEdge Club members and TMP members into this discussion. I hope you guys are finding this discussion valuable. Souradeep is always good in what he does, and I get an opportunity to chip in with my thought process. So let me just begin my analysis of the market. So to analyze market, first thing first is we always look at the broader market. So the broader market is, dollar index is staying exactly where it is. So overall market doesn't have a very strong negative feel. India factor has acted very strong in the market, so market has fallen. One thing I want to tell all of you that don't look at Nifty, please. If you look at Nifty and if you try to judge stocks based on Nifty, I think you will see a lot of trouble in making investments or trading decisions in these stocks. So my humble submission to all of you is that standalone, you have to look at only stocks and trade only stocks which is showing you some kind of a pattern which is in sync to your model. Okay. I will show you what you can do. Last week also, I showed a thought process to all of you. This week also, I will continue with the same thought process. See, what is happening in the market is a lot of stocks have run up in expectation of a good earning. And market is expensive. There's no doubt about it. Definitely, market is correcting, but it's not that market is going to get into bear mode. Yes, correction aayega, but market is expensive, and a lot of stocks have gone up as an expectation. So any stock which will give us good sign of earning boost, there is a high chance that those stocks will give us good return. So identifying stocks with good earning is going to be key, and holding on to those stocks or buying those stocks when the relative strength of those stocks are positive is going to be the key differentiator between holding any stocks and holding a good stock. So market is still positive. Overall direction, I don't see negativity. There is a fall, yes, but market में मुझे कोई बहुत major fall नजर नहीं आ रहा है. In fact, US yield curve is also kind of consolidating here with dollar also staying here. So market will give you another round of big opportunity. अभी छोटा मोटा corrections आएगा, maybe 16,800, 16, 17,000. This is a good level because this is the weekly chart ka, this is the 21 period moving average. So maybe I'm not sure market, maybe it will come here, but don't look at market for a stock specific judgments. Let's talk about the sectors. So I remember I told you about the reality sector. So still reality is positive. IT sector is still positive. Obviously, market has corrected, so these sectors will also correct. Metals is a kind of a mix. It's positive, but there are some stocks which are not good. But overall, commodity cycle is still positive, so we need to be on the buying side. Public sector bank, I always say that it's very difficult to make a judgment on them. There is only two banks which you can look at: State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda. I think these are the two banks which will always should be part of your buying if you are buying public sector banks. And private banks are kind of giving mixed reaction. ICICI Bank goes up. I've been saying about this that if at all private banks have to perform, ICICI Bank should ideally take the lead. Unfortunately, Axis Bank didn't perform. It reversed. So last week has been overall tough. I have also booked losses. It's okay. It's part of the game. I've almost booked 10% loss last week. So it's okay. I mean, because the last 15 months, there have been huge money making spree. So there is fair bit of correction, which one should expect. So don't get nervous about the market going up. Okay. Now, as I said last time, we discussed about an important theory of recognizing the market. I'll continue with the same theory this week again. So please find out stocks where there is earning boost, which you can get in the scanner, fundamental scan, profitability scan, and the stock quarterly net profit growth. So this is your net profit growth and this is your EBITDA growth. So stocks where there is net profit growth as well as EBITDA growth, please find out these stocks. These are the stocks which are doing good on a quarter to quarter basis. Filter it down to current period only. So ideally, let's go to the combinations which we created. So combination, quarter to quarter performance, stock outperforming the benchmark index, stock outperforming the sector index, stock outperforming the benchmark index from RS perspective, quarterly net profit growth, quarterly EBITDA growth is positive, high increase in quarterly sales. In fact, I can remove this one because this will make the filter more tighter. So these are the 5 filter I think probably we can look at, and look at the stocks which are there. These are the perfect match. Okay, just filter it down to current period only. Okay, current period only means that the current quarterly results are out. Okay, so these are the stocks which are positive, they are giving good results. So these are the stock which should be part of your radar to trade. You download this. I'm repeating these things again and again because there may be new people who have joined us in this discussion, and for the benefit of people who already know this process, no harm in getting this repeated. So, so the list of stocks which has good fundamental potential. I will remove RS because the filter for RS is zero point 0.1. So I just need more stocks. So this, uh, comma, sorry, this and okay. So I've just added one comma into these. So these are the stocks where I can potentially venture to trade. Okay, and you on a good quarterly companies, let us remove all the old company list for the time being, and let us add these stocks. Enter. Okay, McDowell is not coming here because the symbol has changed. So let's, okay. Okay, so these are the stocks which are having good fundamental results, and these are strong stocks. Now my model is there, relative strength model. Uh, Let me just remove these orange. So every Friday, every Saturday, one should do this homework, remove this orange. Okay, now let's start the homework. Let's start. This is interesting. Tanla, yes, it's a strong stock. Good. You can also add delivery in this. So, I mean, I've not added delivery. You can add delivery also in this. There's a separate scan for delivery, which I have, but let's only focus on the stock which are strong and good quarterly result. Let's not look at delivery. Maybe tomorrow we'll look at delivery on a weekly analysis. So Tanla is a good stock because it's a strong stock. So I've added a few, one super trend in daily also, just to see whether we can follow the super trend action. And I've also added 21 period moving average. This is the thing which I have recently added, and I'm following them. I'm finding good result in them, but I will only confirm in few days after I'm able to find out value in this new model, because models have to be improvised on regular basis, and standalone 2155 period model needs further improvisation. So I've been continuously improvising my models. So Tanla, yes, I will look at this stock tomorrow. So let's make it for next week. So let's make it orange. Uh, this, see, Sriram, if you see RS point of view, I am positive. But if you see super trend, it is in a negative trend right now. So super trend will become positive once it crosses this level. So either I can still retain it based on my previous discussion, because the volume is not so high when the stock has fallen down, or I can look at it later when the super trend become positive. But let's keep it as part of our orange list. Let's go to Tech Mahindra, looking positive, yes. Let's see IndusInd Bank. IndusInd Bank is also looking positive. Okay, CG Power, look at this stock, fantastic. So how do you enter these stocks? So you look at these stocks, if they are positive, then you look at 2 hourly chart, and the moment stock will break out from a 2 hourly previous swing high, you enter this stock. So this is previous swing high of CG Power. So you right click, add an alert here. Okay, you keep on analyzing every chart and look at their previous breakout points, and you trade when the alert is getting executed. Sorry, I'm feeling slightly tired today because of a lot of engagement since morning. That's why my voice may be slightly diluted. So please don't mind that. So start looking at these charts. So IndusInd Bank is looking very good. So if it breaks this level, it should do good. Reliance, Reliance Super, as far as relative strength is concerned, is still positive, but super trend has just come negative. So Reliance will only go up when it breaks this high, which is 27.33. So till this level, one should not get into Reliance. If you have it, you can hold on to it because super trend because it's still a strong stock. But if it definitely if it crosses this level, then only we will build up a new position. uh, Dr. Lal Pathlab, no. Persistent, yes, this is interesting. Lakshmi, this kind of okay. We'll wait for the breakout, but yes, super trend is RS is becoming positive, so we can look at it. TTK Prestige, yes, very interesting. We should look at it. KPR, yes, this is very interesting. DMART, very interesting. It's taking support around this moving average also, and RSS positive, so we should look at it. See, most of these stocks, because we have added a filter of stock outperforming the benchmark index, most of these stocks will definitely have a RS positive. Very few stocks will show you RS negative. So these are good stocks where fundamental results are good and stocks are also above the super trend positive. All you need to do is look at 2 hourly chart and plan your breakout trades or retracement trades. Yeah. So all these are looking good because all these are having super RS positive. This is also positive. Tata Consumer, no. Nestle, no. Hudson, yes. Titan, yes. See, although the super trend is minus, so what is super trend saying? That it's good to buy only above this level because the trend is negative, but relative strength is positive. That means there is a chance that this stock will break this level. So either you can buy here or you can wait for this level to break out. Always think about buying retracement near these moving averages. 21 period, 55 period moving averages work wonderfully. So people who are open to buy at a retracement, even if super trend is negative but relative strength is positive, it's okay to buy here. Okay. But people who already have the position and who would like to exit the position or build on more position, then you will have to look at this breakout level before you getting into the stock once again. ICICI Bank is looking very good. I've been speaking about it for long, and after it has given this convincing breakout from previous swing high, it has, and after it has become RS positive. It has been RS positive stock, so you should buy this when it comes down. Jindal Steel is also positive. Jindal Steel Hisar is also positive. So you have to track these stocks. Typically for next week, if you can track these stocks and only trade on these stocks. Marico is consolidating here and it has just reached the super RS positive, so it could be looked at. Home First is also very positive. So each and every chart you will have to, put an alert that whenever the alert is getting met, so this no, Hickel, no, Bajaj holding, it's okay. This is okay. Cipla, no. TVS Motor, good. UBL, yes, good. McDowell, brilliant. ABB, wow. Okay, this one is also wow. So now you have this list of stocks, which is basically the orange list. And Oh, I had the previous week orange list also. So forget about that. So this is the list of stocks which you should focus for next week. Nothing else. So this is for people who want new stocks every week. And for people who already have their list of stocks, then you can look at your stock portfolio, stocks which you are tracking. So I have the list of stocks which I have, and this is the position which I'm carrying right now. So how do I deal with the market? A lot of people have this, people want to know that how do I take decision, okay, in the portfolio, in this stock list which I have. So these are the stocks which I am holding right now, okay. So I don't look at green every day. What I do is I look at reds, and I will go to that chart and see whether it is hitting that criteria of exiting. For example, Saregama, it's almost there to exit, so I'm waiting. And some of them are for shorter swings, which is 2 hourly chart, and some of them are for longer swings. That I have segregated in my Excel sheet. So whenever I see my shorter swing stocks going below, I will exit. For example, Reliance, I'm not exiting because it is still above my daily RS. So I only see these reds because my area of concern is these reds. Okay. And if I see any red going below my criteria, then I exit, otherwise I don't exit. This is my how do I do a position management on a daily basis. And how do I identify stocks? I go to my stock list and look at greens, and I say which one is positive and giving me some signal of buying. Like for example, McDowell is positive, and I did mention in StockEdge Club. So if you see Motilal Oswal, I mentioned, United Spirit I mentioned because I saw that this stock out of the negative list which I have, it is showing strength. So I mentioned this uh, when the price was around what, 930. And when I'm mentioning anything, I'm also taking position. You can safely presume that because I only mention if I'm confident about the move, and it's 947. I believe this stock should give good move because everything is right about the stock. Uh, then I have looked at Voltas. Maybe I have not seen the confidence in Voltas. That's why I didn't post it. Manapuram is low. It has just come into the zero zone. I think this stock should do phenomenally well. I did mention either you can enter here or you can. No, I have not mentioned yet. So I'm waiting for this to go above zero. ICICI Securities, this is one stock which should go up. It is not going up. So I did invest earlier, but I exited because it became a weak stock. Again, it is coming and becoming a strong stock. So maybe I look at it. MCX, it's a very naughty stock, so unreliable. You can't buy MCX for a short-term trading, so you have to have a long-term view. You know, don't know what will happen to this stock. Motilal Oswal, I observed today, it is becoming a strong stock, and it should ideally give us good return if it crosses 925 level. So this is one stock where I'm also positive. Voltas, no. So what I do every day is while I'm there in the market, I look at these plus because plus are the majorly stocks which are strong, and there is a possibility of a follow-on actions if they remain strong. For example, stock like IFL. Okay, so IFL RS is zero. I did mention IFL few days ago. IFL Finance I'm talking about. So I did mention IFL few days ago. So above 333 there will be an aggressive buying. So I have taken small position here, and I'm waiting for this 333 to go before I build aggressive position. Okay, my small position have started. So the best way to deal with this market is whenever you see any stock opportunity, just start with a very small capital. There's no harm in putting 20-25% capital at a level, and if the price goes down, increase that allocation to another 20-25%. And if the price breaches your previous swing high, then go all in, because if the stock is, you have caught the stock at the right time, then obviously you would like to go all in and put entire capital allocated for that stock. So I hope you understood the process, that what I do is on a daily basis, I will do my position management. I will see the negative stocks and think about when to exit. And I will see my list of stocks which I track. And whenever I see there is an opportunity to enter these stocks based on their relative strength and the positive uh, structure of the chart. See, you also have to understand that finally you have to also look at the chart, because as a trader we have to learn the art of analyzing the chart. And people who are part of TMP, they have already learned chart. Souradeep has taught them quite well. And people who are not part of TMP, who are part of StockEdge Premium, StockEdge Club, I don't know whether you know this or not, but you have been given access to 3 courses: Stock Market Made Easy, Technalysis Made Easy, Investing. Technalysis Made Easy is the course which is recorded by Souradeep, and these are 3 freely available to you. So please go through these videos, learn technical so that you can practice. Apart from this, you have been given access to 12 webinars, and you can take my webinars, which I have taken, the relative strength webinar and other webinars which I've taken, so that you understand this art of doing technical analysis, and accordingly you can participate in a pattern which I am suggesting to you. There is a great opportunity to trade in the market, but obviously you have to be very careful, because right now market is at a junction where it is going to take hard-earned money from people. As Souradeep also said, also you have to learn the art of doing short selling. Short selling is not an easy art. Typically, in a aggressive bull market, short sellers really get butchered, until as you get markets like yesterday where the short were winners and it was very apparent that market will go down. You can do short selling in indices by looking at intraday levels. Short selling in stocks can be very counterproductive. So I will never advise you. Uh, Shoradeep can do a probably specific selective recommendations, but I would advise only to buy first, especially when you are a cash market trader. If you're a derivatives trader, you can obviously look at options to short sell the market, but stocks के अंदर में short selling मुझे personally I would not advise people to do that. Best is strong stocks, buy at lower levels and sell. Okay, one more thing. I want you guys to start booking your profit and losses frequently, because market में अभी बहुत बड़ा movement किसी भी stock में नहीं आएगा. What has happened in last 12 months to 15 months? So even if you make say 10%, 15% movements in stock, keep booking profit. I mean, book 50% profit and trail rest. And when the stock goes down also, keep adding stocks on a staggered basis rather than on a full slack basis. So please try to structure your market participation in a very staggered manner. Please do not be in a hurry to trade, because market may not be the best of the best market in coming few months. The volatility will be high because commodity prices are very high. The earnings will get disappointed, so the expectation will be mismatched. So काफी ज्यादा uncertainty market में आ रखी है stock specific में. So shorts in indices is fine, and stock specific only participation in strong stocks, and strong stocks clubbed with good earning visibility is something which I would recommend to all of you. Sorry about it. Today my energy level is down because I'm feeling quite tired because of the whole day engagement. Sorry about it, but I hope I've made my point, and I hope you guys are going to use this process to get into the market. And feel free to connect with us as a TMP member. WhatsApp, we are always there. As a StockEdge club member, you are always, I'm active here. You can tag me, you can tag anyone. We are very active. We want to make sure that you get full value of your engagement with us. And people who are StockEdge premium members, use StockEdge features like these combinations, etc., to generate stock ideas for yourself. And if possible, become part of the StockEdge club. This is a family which is really doing great work for each other. Thank you guys. As you know that these sessions, we don't take questions. It's more of discussing our thought process with all of you. I hope you're finding these sessions useful. do attend next Friday for another update on market and our view on what we think market is going to do. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you, Souradeep, and thank you to the entire team for managing this show. Bye-bye.